Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. This is All Things Home with Kiva here, and we are back with another Switcharoo Storytime Sunday. So today will be taking place in my living room on my coffee table. If you all missed this video where I purchased this coffee table off of Facebook Marketplace, I'll definitely have that video linked down in the description for you so you can check it out. But we're going to go ahead and change this out. Most of the items I'll be actually shopping my home, actually from right here in this living room. Some items that are new, I'll have those posted on the screen for you. Other than that, let's get into this story time. Let's go bike in the time machine about 20 years ago. Honey, I was a dime, I was fine, I was young and in my prime. And I like to think that I could call the room, baby. You couldn't tell me Nathaniel back in the day, honey. And I like to think I can call a couple of rooms now. So I was dating this guy that I absolutely adored. He was almost like my first true love. I met him while I was working at Walmart, which was my very first job that I started when I was 16 years young. So we were dating probably about a year at this time when he had made me mad about something. I'm not sure what it was. You know, I was pretty spoiled back then. So, you know, it probably was he didn't buy me something that I wanted at that time. You know, privileged children. You know how we act sometimes. So he made me mad, and I had given him the silent treatment for a couple of days. And yet, after him calling my mother, my father, my brothers, and some of my friends to contact him because I was giving him the silent treatment, I finally decided what he could do to make amends. I told him, if you let me drive the car home from work, we will be back on and popping. Now, let me go ahead and give you a little backstory. I didn't have a learner's permit. I had never went to a driving class. I had never been behind the wheel of a car. I had just rode with him so much, taking me to school, picking me up from school, taking me to work, picking me up from work, that I just felt that I could drive. So against his better judgment, he came up to my job about an hour before I got off. He bagged in a parking space because I told him, I don't know how to drive, so I need you to back in the parking space, because I didn't know how to drive at the time. So backing out and driving off was not going to work because I didn't know how to damn drive. He was so nervous to do this for me, but he wanted to win my love. So he had one of his brothers to take him up there or follow him up there to Walmart. He backed into a parking space, texted me and told me what parking space he was in at the time, or called me, because I don't even know we was texting back then, y'all. But he called me and told me what parking space the car would be in, and that he would contact me once I made it home, and to let him know that I made it home safe. So needless to say, baby, about the last 20 minutes of working, I was scared, baby. I was shaking like a prostitute in the church house, because I was yet anxious, excited, but also nervous to drive home after dark by myself. But I was determined that I wanted to learn how to drive. At this particular time, I wasn't able to get driving lessons, and there was pretty much no future for me with a car at the time. But I still wanted to be able to learn. Maybe one day in the future, he would buy me my first car. Who knew at the time? So it's time for me to make it to the parking lot. I make it to the parking lot, y'all. I get in the car. Baby, I pull out. Baby, I am on my way home, okay? Home, yes. And I'm getting there, and I'm nervous, but I'm excited because I'm making it home with no incident. And baby, when I tell y'all, I drove all the way home, y'all. All the way home. I pulled up in front of my residence, baby. I got out. I was so excited. I called him and told him, I made it home. I made it home. Oh my God, I drove for the first time. So y'all, I ran into my house. I told my mom. I drove home by myself. I told all my brothers. Everybody was happy for me. They was like, okay, all right, doing big things. You learning how to drive. Go ahead, big sis. Baby, it was a party in the house, okay? Okay? Everybody was excited for me until my brother, right after me, the one born right after me, comes in and says, okay, sis, since you drove all the way home, from your job, it'll be no problem for us to go around to the corner store and get some snacks, right? And I was like, yeah, no problem. I thought I had did big things. If I drove all the way home from work, what was driving up the neighborhood to the corner store? Oh, that was nothing. That was small to a G. So, baby, we got in the car. And we commenced to driving to the store to get us some snacks. And as we're going on the way to the store, I stopped at a 4-way stop sign. And baby, I'm pulling up to the stop sign. I'm putting my foot on the brakes. I'm making sure that we are getting ready to, get these snacks and bring them back to the house. And yes, maybe mom will be taking me to get my driver's permit soon. And yes, it's going to be all good. But as we're approaching this stop sign, y'all, oh my God, the car is not braking. I'm putting my foot on the brakes. I'm trying to stop the car and it doesn't brake. And there's another car coming through the other stop sign. And y'all, oh my God, the car did not stop. And y'all, oh my God, that car hit me and boom, we crashed, y'all. That car T-boned us and we went into one of the residents' yard, up in their yard, all through their grass, all through their flower beds, baby, around their mailbox, up under a ravine and ran into their tree. Baby, the car started smoking. The car started leaking. And I was okay. I asked my brother, was he okay? And he said, yes, I'm good. My knee just hurts. So what do? Baby, I started that car up, bagged it out, and trotted on home. Baby, I was giving that car gas, baby. It wasn't going nowhere. It said toot, toot, toot. Baby, when I tell you, you could have jogged next to the car and went faster. That car had no get up and go about itself when I needed it to. I was trying to get back to the house. The other truck that hit us, y'all, it was wrecked. I didn't know what had happened to the people on the inside. I'm 16. I'm nervous. I'm scared. All I know is I need to get this car back home. It was leaking. It was smoking. But y'all, it made it back around the corner into the front of our yard. So me and my brother, we run inside the house. We tell our parents. And nonetheless, next thing you know, the police are outside. My boyfriend shows up. My parents are outside. And I was so scared when the police showed up. I ran into my room and I hid in a closet. Ooh, me in these closets. Lord have mercy. I was so scared. My boyfriend was out there. He was crying. He was asking the police, please don't take her to jail. Please don't take her to jail. Y'all, let me tell y'all how they found out who caused the wreck. They followed the drip to the house. My car was dripping and leaking, and they followed that to the house. Needless to say, they told me that I had to go to jail, that my boyfriend could not go into my place. He could not go in my place to jail. And they handcuffed me. It was so crazy. I sat in the cruiser. The police officer, it was crazy. He was so nice to me, y'all. He was like, what radio station do you want to listen to, love? Your parents, they're right behind me, driving behind me. You're not going to stay in there long. But baby, I was scared as hell. So needless, when I got to jail, y'all, I had to go in. Baby, they made me take my tennis shoe strings out of my shoes. They made me take my bobby pins out of my weave ponytail. Baby, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? This lady then handed me my weave ponytail, baby, my microwave ponytail, and I had to put it in a Ziploc bag. I felt so. Oh, Lord, I don't even know the word, but I felt so bad. Lord have mercy. About 2 hours later, my parents, they came, they picked me up. They did whatever they had to do, and we got home, and I was just nervous. I was upset. I had wrecked my boyfriend's car. He didn't even want me to drive the car, but he did it just to prove his love.
I gotta fight every night to prove my love.
And baby, let me tell you something. I was just outdone. I mean, there was no more riding in the car to go to school. I had to get back on the big yellow bus to go to school. There was no more big girl, because I wrecked my boyfriend's car, so he had no car. And I vowed that I would never get behind another wheel, baby. And I meant that. Baby, I meant that on Jesus and his sandals. I meant that on Dora and her backpack. I meant that on Sunday night revival, on property taxes and insurance, that I would never get in a car again until I had my license. I learned a valuable lesson. I hurt the people that I collided with. And I also hurt my brother. I also hurt my boyfriend at the time because that took away his vehicle. So let me tell you something. The road is a dangerous place, and make sure that you are properly trained to drive in it. Because, baby, them taking my tennis shoes and my bobby pins and my weave ponytail was enough for me to do right for all of the rest of the days of my life. Baby, I'm talking about they took my microwave ponytail and put it in a Ziploc bag, and I didn't appreciate that. Thank you all for joining me. I love you all so much. There's always a blessing in the lesson, and I hope you all love this switcheroo. Thank y'all so much. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you all next Sunday for another story time, but we'll see you on Tuesday for another video. Thank you all so much for being here. You all are a blessing to me. I hope I am one to you all as well.
Certain things we started getting pissed on. Think we need to have a son adventure. I could be a man, but maybe down the road. Right now, I would rather see my heart turn to chrome. Rather see my heart turn crystal. I can't even find like I'll miss you. Right now, I'm just stuck inside a crib on my own. Soon as I free up, I'm about to pop up on your phone. Like I'm outside in an AMG. Right outside. Two-turn, baby girl, you know me. Who am I? All the niggas round me, right? Gotta watch your time, cause it's flying right by. Two-turn, baby girl, you know me.
I'm outside in it.
Right outside. PT. Two-turn, baby girl, you know me.